video tonight from Doral shows officers struggling to arrest James Pearce Jr. He's a linebacker for the Atlanta Falcons. And before that happened, police say Pearce Jr. was at the police station and allegedly involved in a domestic dispute. This video that you see here shows the first-round pick of 2025 being brought to the ground by several police officers. Doral police tonight telling us they first heard reports of Pearce Jr. and his girlfriend, WNBA star Rickea Jackson, having an argument at the police station. Investigators say Pearce left in his car, then crashed near Northwest 103rd Avenue and Northwest 66th Street. Pearce Jr. faces 6 charges tonight, 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, assault on an officer, stalking, fleeing, and misdemeanor resisting arrest. Tonight, the Atlanta Falcons responding to their player's arrest on social media saying, quote, "We are aware of an incident involving James Pearce Jr. in Miami. We are in the process of gathering more information and will not have."
If something can happen to the Atlanta Falcons, it will happen to the Atlanta Falcons. Listen, man, James Pearce Jr., they kind of knew he had some issues beforehand. Numerous reports came out that he was fighting with teammates in training camp. A very intense gentleman. However, we cannot look down on this brother. He made a mistake. Mistakes do happen. All right. This is where that anger management course comes in handy. Atlanta Falcons, I am extending an invitation. My brand new business is called Georgia Anger Management Solutions. And I am in the Atlanta area, and I'm willing to come down and teach your players every single year, every week, every whatever, about the consequences of when you let your anger get out of control, when you cannot practice emotional regulation. Things like this happen, man. I'm pretty sure that whatever happened, it wasn't that serious, but this young man obviously needs, anger management counseling on a higher level. And Georgia Anger Management Solutions can offer this counseling. Now, the Falcons traded back into the first round to acquire James Pearce Jr. All right. He leaving the Falcons without a first round pick this year. Okay. They spent a lot of resources to acquire James Pearce Jr. That's number one. He was this close to winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Shout out to James Pearce. He had 10.5 sacks. Let's look at the positive things. He comes out of Tennessee. I forgot what pick he was, 20-something, but the Atlanta Falcons traded back in to get him. Numerous reports. It was almost daily reports that James Pearce Jr. was getting into it with his teammates in practice in training camp. Okay. What we read from that is he's a fire-breathing dragon. Okay. The guy came in, very good start to a potential Hall of Fame career. Okay. As long as he keep doing what he's doing and keep being consistent, he can throw himself into the Hall of Fame. But we had a hiccup in the road. Okay. This is James Pearce's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever. I don't understand with you guys what makes you so angry that you can just violently, violently handle these women. I don't care what she did. Okay. I don't care what she did. I don't care what these females do. If you gotta beat them, you gotta walk away from them before they do this. You know what I'm saying? Possibly, all right, depending on how this all unfolds, James Pearce Jr. may not never take a down in the NFL again. But that's the worst case scenario. However, think about the comebacks. All right. It's a lot of NFL players that came back, that went through something and came back. Michael Vick, went to prison. I'm talking about in prison for a couple of years, and came back and made a very good career for himself. All right. The Honey Badger. Shout out to that dude, man. I was able to meet that guy one time. Tyron Matthew, man. You know, he was going through a lot of stuff early on in his life. That kid out of New Orleans and everything, man, was going through a lot of stuff in his life. Guess what? He turned it all around, came back, and had a very good NFL career, man. Let's look at this positive. I want James Pearce to look at the positive things, man. Plexico Burris, man. He shot himself. Only in New York can you shoot yourself and go to prison for it. You know, nobody else was hurt. No other crime was committed. He just had bad handling of a firearm. Very irresponsible because somebody could have gotten hurt, but it was only him that got hurt, and he ended up serving prison time. And he went on to come back to the NFL, and he had a decent career. Leonard Little pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter stemming from a fatal drunk driving crash, returned and went to a long, high-level NFL career. Okay, another comeback story. Tank Johnson, he did jail time for a gun charge. He returned to the league and continued to play for multiple seasons afterwards. In the NBA, all right, Jason Kidd was also arrested for domestic violence. Okay, we know Jason Kidd came back, put himself in the Hall of Fame, and was a coach in the NBA. So you can turn it around, my brother. James Pearce, I'm talking straight to you. Allen Iverson was arrested at a bowling alley incident, came back, Hall of Fame career. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant faced a high-profile criminal case and was ultimately dismissed. Okay, but he got in trouble. It was something there. Okay, he got in trouble, but we know Kobe Bryant came back to have a Hall of Fame career, multiple NBA championships. Rest in peace to Kobe and his daughter. All right, Darryl Strawberry pled guilty to felony tax evasions in the 1990s, man. That brother also came back to have a awesome career. So I said all that to say this, James Pearce and, you know, the Atlanta Falcons organization, this young brother has a problem. We're not giving up on him. Once again, I could get the Flowery Branch in about an hour and talk to him and all of the players that need this counseling, because I myself, all right, I went to jail, to prison for 16 years. All right, 16 years in the joint. I learned a lot. That means I have been around killers, the worst of the worst. All right, in the Georgia State prison system, I've been around the worst of the worst. Came out of that. Was a trainer for a very prominent trucking company. It's a lot of stuff you got to deal with when it comes to tractor trailer driving and the general public, traffic in general, road rage. Drove for murder 2 years in the height of the pandemic when tensions was high, tensions was at their worst. I'm driving the bus every day dealing with hundreds, if not thousands of personalities every single day. All right. Had a business, lost the business, went through a divorce. You know, I've been in every type of situation that you can possibly get into. All right. So when I tell you about anger management, I know about anger management, and I could put it to young brothers or sisters in a way that it'll make them think about it before they lose their temper, before that emotional regulation wears off. Okay, because some people get to a certain breaking point. All right, we got to find out what that breaking point is And when we get to that breaking point, we got to turn around and go the other way. Atlanta Falcons, do not give up on James Pearce. This young brother has a problem. He has issues. But you saw enough in him to trade back into the first round and go get him. All right. Regardless of his status, okay, we got to help this young brother, whether he was a good pick in the first round or whether he was a first round bust. We got to help this young brother because he got issues. All right. He got issues that he need to be helped with. And we need to help this we need to come together and help this young brother and all the rest of the brothers that may be, because we got somebody that's looking at this James Pearce situation right now and saying to themselves, boy, he went out bad, and they're going to turn around and happen hundreds of more times. This is not a one-off. This is not the first time this has happened. It won't be the last time. So the best thing that you could do is get in front of it. Hire some anger management. Author blank. I passed your house. I've passed your house hundreds of times because my son is about to graduate Pace Academy. Okay. My son had anger management issues. Okay. Anger management is something that is an ongoing thing that needs to be taught and counseled. My son no longer has anger management issues because I taught him how to use his brain, how to think before he does things. He used to be on the basketball court. This is when I first came home. He used to be on the basketball court. If his team was losing, if his team was losing, he would be so angry out there. He would be so angry out there. But guess what? Couldn't give up on that young brother. By the way, he is signing today. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. He is signing today to the University of Chicago, man. So congratulations to my son. I am so proud of him. He has really turned his life around and made a way throughout all of the things that he's experienced. Because not only did I go through some things in my life, he had to go through some things in his life and understand a lot. You know what I'm saying? So again, Atlanta Falcons, I am a short drive away from Flowery Branch, and I'm extending my offer to come and teach these young brothers about anger management and the consequences of when you do not control your emotions. This is what happens. James Pearce, my brother, encouraging words, man. You made a mistake. You can turn it around. You can turn it around, but we can't want it for you worse than you want it for yourself. You got to want to turn it around, young brother. I'm a track you down and I'm gonna reach out to you. He's currently still incarcerated. Probably haven't posted bond yet, but I'm gonna catch up with you, James Pearce. Thank you for tuning into XconMedia. Go right ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hurry up!